All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Dave, and today we're getting this engine out of the Green Monster, and we're yanking the cab off the frame. So it's quite a packed video for this, but we're kind of diving right into this. Last video, obviously, we took off the front clip, and we took the headlights out, the bumper off, all that stuff. We've got a guy coming by later on today to pick up the engine, and so I've just got to strip this thing down as much as I can, get it as prepped as I can. I've never pulled an engine out before, so it's a new day for me, something new to experience. A lot of this is going to be in reverse of what we did when we did the fuel filter and the water pump not too long ago. The AC compressor, I left that hooked up. You see we just pulled that off first and kind of left it up there at the top of the screen. Wasn't sure if that was still charged or not, but didn't want to get into pulling any of the lines off on that. Just kind of pulled it apart, set it aside. You see we got the power steering pump here in the bottom right that we just yanked off. I am going to try and keep a hold of that power steering pump. We're going to be using the factory power steering along with the brake booster as well. Keep all the brakes factory even after we do the frame swap. Just a second ago we pulled the belts off. Now we're getting the radiator pulled off. For the most part, we've drained all of the fluids at this point out of the bottom, so we're just getting some residual stuff that's left dripping out. But yeah, you say, hey, this is getting the cab off. You got a whole lot to do. We do spread this out over 2 days. I actually have a younger guy who comes in and helps me out. He wanted to learn some mechanical stuff and just get some experience with things. So I said, well, no better way than to hop on in because I've got a truck I've got to pull completely apart. So you'll see him later on in the video. But here we're just going around searching piece by piece, trying to get all of my electrical connections disconnected that I need to. You see I'm putting the flashlight in everywhere, just trying to see what's hanging on, what do I need to do. And just get it prepped as much as I can. I've got a guy who's driving about an hour and a half. You know, I posted parts on Craigslist. He's driving about an hour and a half out and gonna be picking this thing up. So just taking a half day here and prepping everything while the sun's out and while everything is easy to get to. It's a good temperature and it's always a good day to be wrenching on a vehicle. All right, quick update. Went ahead, I've got pretty much all the electrical stuff disconnected up top that I can see, that I know of. Took a look down at the bottom. The transmission is huge. It's the 4L60. So I disconnected the bolt to the cross member, trans cross member, and the electrical connection down there. I got to check for any more. I went ahead and just sawzawed the exhaust because it's not going to be used and is saving time. I'm not trying to be pretty about anything. So, cut that. Got this one motor mount bolt out here on this side, and going to try and get this other one out on the other side. And after that, I'm going to take a quick lunch break, and then try and hit up the drive shaft. Got to do a little YouTube, figure that out. But I'm going to hit up the drive shaft, see if I can disconnect that from the trans, and then check around anything else. Maybe put the hoist on it and see how loose it actually is or what's catching. Anyway, I'm probably going to have to take this fan off up here too, just to get a little bit more room. I'm not worried about this radiator, but a little bit more room might help since we're pulling that trans out as well. All right. All right, it's the next day. We got the job done. It was a late night. Fluids all over the ground, but it got out. So we'll take a peek here and show you what we've got left. Large cavernous hole where the engine used to live, and hopefully it'll connect into the 5.3 LS that we're going to put in here. Got all the wires and stuff obviously left in. I'm going to try and work next on the AC, getting that out, stripping these fenders and stuff off, but overall, job well done. Yeah, he was happy with the parts and price. I'm happy because I got an engine out. First time. Alright, here we go. Alright, and we're back now. So I got the engine out. You can see obviously we did a little bit of work with my guy here. So we got the fenders off, got the whole core support, radiator support off. Yeah, now it's looking like we got some work that we can actually get done today. Getting all the little pieces, parts off, pulling the doors off. We've got some different folks that are coming by that have claimed different parts that they're going to be picking up. So trying to keep those in good shape, good working order. And also getting this guy some experience on just how to take things apart. It's always fun anytime you can get kind of hands-on with a younger guy who's interested just in getting some experience. I just love having them over, getting them excited about turning some wrenches and working on anything really. So we ended up having to grab the pin with some, locking pliers, and then smack the locking pliers to try and get it to push up. And gosh, it was every trick we could do just to get those things to budge. So that's a little trick we do anytime you have to pull the doors off. Especially if you're just one-manned and pulling the doors off, you can use your little creeper seat or really anything just to wedge underneath there. These hydraulic seats are nice and they're really cheap. I mean, that's just Harbor Freight. I think it's like a $10 seat, maybe $20 seat. So we're really just running around, taking care of any last-minute cables, anything that's running out of the cab, just prepping for this thing to come up. So we're using the jack technique here. We're just resting a piece of wood across the whole top of the truck and using the jack just to get everything broken loose. It's not going to end up being the final way that it comes off the frame, but that's just kind of a temporary scenario. So we use the floor jack just to get the cab broken off of the frame, and then we've got these come along straps that we've just tossed over top of the rafters. Obviously, it's going across some 2x12s we stuck up on top there as a support, and so it's really distributing the weight across multiple trusses. And this cab honestly doesn't weigh a whole lot, but anyway, just to be safe, so we've got both come alongs there, and it's able to give us the ability to adjust, front and back, get this thing raised up. The goal is to actually get the frame spun around so that we back it in underneath the cab, but also kind of pulling it up slowly, piece by piece, just to make sure there's no extra cables, anything else kind of hanging on that's gonna get in the way. Obviously, this brake line here, we're fighting that thing just a little bit, but we keep pushing, keep using the brains. Sometimes more brawn than brains. So here we get the frame all turned around. We're kind of
backing it in underneath the cab here. So we're coming to an end here. We've got the cab off the frame. The whole front clip obviously is gone. The engine's out. The transmission is actually still attached to the frame, so I've got to spend a little time and get that out. But the next step is going to be to prep the frame. So we're looking at doing the 504 kit on this frame. And so with that, we've got to really just strip the frame down and get a bunch of pieces of metal cut off of it. That 504 kit is in the mail right now to me. And I went ahead and selected that kit because it's got the best options, I guess, for what I need. I've got a 5.3 LS and I've got a 4L60E, and their kit comes with the mounting brackets for all that. It also seems to do the best at getting the step bars on the side, the running boards to mount up to the frame, as well as using the front bumper, which I'm kind of keen on doing. I'm really wanting that front bumper to be on there. I think it really completes the look of the truck. And so using that 504 kit, I have put it on order. It's going to be coming in, and we've got this frame set up so that when those parts come in, I can just store them on the back of the frame, keep them somewhat covered up and out of the way, and go out and do some little bits at a time here and there. So that's it for this video. We will catch you on the next one, and that's it for now.